I have never played a Zelda game before. No nostalgia, no childhood memories, just me, a guy who loves open world games. I didn't really know what to expect, but I wasn't expecting this. I never thought Zelda was worth buying a whole console for. The closest game up until now I would say I have played that felt like a Zelda game is Sable and maybe Journey. And I loved those games for how simple and yet amazing they were. Then I discovered Cemu. It's like an emulator for like Nintendo games, and 40 hours later, here we are. I haven't completed the game, but I have explored like 3/4 of the map, done like a few main story quests, defeated one of the divine beasts by mistake whilst unlocking a tower, and have 3 horses. I also got the Master Sword through a glitch, which I'm pretty sure everyone knows about now. I got that cool gear that like lets your horse transport you anywhere, teleport to anywhere you are on the map. You have technically unlocked or have found the stable inn. What I'm trying to say is Breath of the Wild is easily one of the most beautiful and immersive games I have ever played. I feel like I say that about every single open world game I have played and loved. Exploring its vast post-apocalyptic fantasy world is genuinely magical. Every mountain you climb, every hidden shrine you stumble across, every region with its own vibe. It's a game that rewards curiosity like no other, but for every moment there's a mechanic that makes me roll my eyes, whether it's breakable weapons, range running every climb, combat that stops being worth the effort, those freaking stupid cutscenes. Breath of the Wild sometimes feels like it's working against itself. But this video isn't about hating the game, far from it. I loved playing this game, and I feel like it's my turn to talk, to share what my Breath of the Wild experience was like for the first time. I feel like the main reason I enjoyed Breath of the Wild is how it feels like its world is limitless. You can go anywhere you want to, you can climb mountains, ride horses, explore different biomes that come with their own challenges. I know for a fact younger me would have enjoyed playing a game like this. There's something weirdly magical about Breath of the Wild. You open your map, swear you're heading straight for that shrine over there, and somehow 2 hours later you're halfway up a mountain before you saw something shimmer up there. And my only question is, why does this happen? Why is this world so good at distracting you in the best possible way? Right off the bat, let's talk about the sheer scope of Hyrule. Unlike many open world games that can sometimes feel a bit lifeless, Breath of the Wild thrives with a vibrant ecosystem that feels alive. It felt like I was back in Bolivia with Wildlands. You can't help but be drawn into its brilliant intricacies. As you wander across Hyrule's hills and valleys, it's easy to see why exploration is so enticing. The world is packed with dynamic world systems, day and night cycles, and local wildlife bustling through their routines. Even though like there's not a lot of variety in wildlife, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I mean, like, imagine wandering through the forest and watching as a group of goblins clumsily attempt a raid on a group of people, or elves, or Hellions. I don't know what they call them. Moments like these make you feel like you're part of something larger.
a living, breathing narrative tucked into the landscape. Plus, each region boasts distinct ecosystems, from the snowy peaks of the Hyrule Mountains to the fairy lava flows of Death Mountain. Every area you explore is not only visually arresting, but also filled with diverse flora, fauna, and secrets that keep pulling you away from your main quest. That's the magic. There's always a little adventure waiting just around the corner, and your goal is like to find it or just go off the given path. At the core of it all is curiosity. Breath of the Wild is built on that single powerful question: I wonder what's over there. The thrill of discovery. Every inch of Hyrule is dripping with mystery, waiting for you to stumble upon it. The game employs a unique no-hand-holding approach that encourages players to forge their own paths. Nintendo didn't flood the screen with mini-maps, arrows. Instead, it designed a world that looks interesting. I'm sorry, that's my phone. Like visually, geographically, emotionally interesting. A strange tree, a distant light, a weird spiral on a beach. The shrines, they hide in plain sight, tucked behind cliffs or concealed by the delicate brush of trees. Each shrine you find not only grants you valuable upgrades, but also challenges you with puzzles that make you think outside the box. It's a testament to the game's design philosophy. Every puzzle solves itself in a way that lets you feel like the hero of your own story. And then there are the Korok seeds, and boy is it, oh boy. If the shrines are the main courses, those little seeds are the tasty appetizers sprinkled throughout the landscape. Each Korok seed you discover serves as a reward for your insatiable curiosity. Insatiable curiosity. I don't understand why I put words I can't pronounce in my scripts, to be honest. It's stupid. It's almost like the game is saying, yes, you explored that ledge, and here's a little something for your trouble. I just remember when I climbed the Twin Peaks, it's like these two massive mountain summits, and like at both like sides of the summits there's these shrines, and at the top there's a Korok seed as well. I don't know how that's going to blend into the video, but I thought I should just add that in there. Anyways, going back to the script, the game doesn't explain it. It hints, it teases, and suddenly you're halfway across the map chasing a hunch. The moment you leave the Great Plateau, the game says go do whatever. Good luck not dying. Speaking of forging your own path, Breath of the Wild does a brilliant job, giving players complete freedom to approach challenges however they want. There is no set route to success, and that means you are in complete control of your story, whether it's scaling mountains, soaring through the skies with a glider, or even crafting low-key chaos by accidentally launching a barrel into a group of unsuspecting enemies, or maybe borders. The possibilities are endless. You can tackle a divine beast bosses in any order you like, or even opt to forgo them and go straight for Ganon. This player urgency is refreshing. It takes you back to those childhood days where you'd go on adventures with your friends, making up the rules as you go along. The world constantly challenges you, inviting you to think creatively, strategize, and try different approaches to its myriad challenges. The landscape of Hyrule isn't just pretty, it's also composed. Towers pierce the sky, shrines glow with orange mystery. There's always something in the distance pulling at your eyes. These landmarks aren't just decoration, they're magnets. Now, let's not forget about the vast number of hidden secrets waiting to be uncovered. The vastness of Hyrule whispers to you in a way that beckons you to venture off the beaten path. That lone tree on a distant hill, what if it has something hidden beneath? Or what's that glimmering light in the depths of the forest? Every nook and cranny seems to have a story to tell, an adventure waiting to be experienced. The game cleverly utilizes environmental storytelling, ruins from ancient civilization, remnants of battles, and even the strange obelisks of shrines all hint at the lore of history of Hyrule, nudging you to piece together its rich narrative. It's like piecing together a grand puzzle, one that rewards your curiosity. And because traversal is fun, climbing, gliding, shield surfing, taming horses, it feels like the journey matters just as much as the destination. This is the visual breadcrumb trail effect. One interesting thing leads to another, and another, and another, and another, and another, and suddenly you're gliding into a canyon you didn't even mean to visit. If I had to describe the audio landscape of most open world games in a single word, it would be shouting, not just the literal shouting of NPCs screaming lines like "take cover" or "enemy spotted" every 12 seconds, like they're trapped in a bootcamp Groundhog Day, but a general feeling of being sonically assaulted. Most AAA open worlds today are like insecure extroverts, terrified that a second of silence might make you realize you're not having fun. More music, more explosions, more VO, more random enemy barks, and don't forget the orchestral swell when the player sneezes near a plot critical shrub. This is the modern design philosophy. If you're not constantly stimulating the player's senses, the player might stop playing, and if the player stops playing, the shareholders cry, and when the shareholders cry, the studio gets acquired by Embracer Group and locked in a basement forever. I'm looking at you, EA. The moment you step out of the shrine of restoration and onto the Great Plateau, the difference is staggering. There is no grand fanfare, no thunderous score trying to convince you that looking at grass is epic, just silence. Real, profound, functional silence. All you hear is the crunch of dirt beneath Link's feet, the whisper of wind through the trees, a few birds, and sometimes sometimes a single piano key. Like the game is trying to express a feeling, but isn't quite sure how. Most open worlds are loud because they don't trust you. They think if you left alone for a moment, you are turned to YouTube or uninstall. But Breath of the Wild does the opposite. It trusts you to listen, not just to sound, but to the world. Its sound design doesn't drag you along, it lets you be still, and in doing so, it creates something truly rare in gaming. Actual peace. Some games I could say off the bat that offer the same peace is Journey, Sable, and Firewatch. Especially Journey. The sound design in that game is, I feel like I need to play Journey again, but I feel like I'm going off topic now. I am going off topic. It's beautifully understated, and when music does appear, it floats in like a memory. Not a cinematic cue, not an achievement unlocked, just a thought, a mood, a trace of what Hyrule used to be. The subtle minimalist piano work is some of the most effective in gaming, not because it's complex, but because it's boring. It's there, and then it's gone. Like the wind carrying a melody it only half remembers. And the result? A world that feels haunted, not by ghosts, but by silence. You aren't just exploring a vibrant fantasy kingdom, you're exploring what's left of one. The music of lack of reinforces this feeling perfectly. Every dead guardian you pass is silent, every broken bridge, every toppled ruin, all of them speak without sound, and the game gives them the dignity of being heard in quiet. There's a gentle melancholy that blankets the entire soundscape of Hyrule, a kind of faded glory, Link didn't wake up into a vibrant new world. He woke up too late. Everyone's dead. Zelda is barely hanging on. The calamity has already happened. The world moved on without you, and it's the audio design, not a cutscene or a line of dialogue, that makes you feel that. I need to take a drink of water. Felt nice. Stay hydrated. Okay, even Zelda's voice, one of the few narrative threads in the early game, is subdued. She speaks with a tone of quiet urgency. She doesn't demand, she doesn't monologue, she reminds, suggests, and then disappears, letting the wind speak for her. Please, Link, come save me. Link, be careful, it's a red moon. Please be quick, I don't know. Okay, I forgot Zelda's line. And one of the funny things, I always confuse Link with Zelda. Why is it called Zelda and not Link? It's like, what's the why? I don't want to talk about it. I'll get a headache. I will get a headache. Stealth encounters also benefit from this design. There is no long tutorial or 10-minute cutscene teaching you how to crouch. You just realize crouching is quiet. Rain masks your footsteps, tall grass blocks line of sight, noise travels, metal attracts lightning. All of this is communicated not with dialogue, but with sound. You hear the gear clink as you sprint, you hear the thunder get louder, you hear early Zelda's growl when it catches your scent. It's all part of an invisible symphony, and the game lets you be the conductor if you're smart enough to pay attention. It's so intuitive that players often stumble into brilliance without realizing they're doing something clever. You can sneak under Zelda's chin, drop a metal sword where it can see, bait it with an acorn, walk away quietly as the rain muffles your exit, and watch lightning obliterate the poor bastard from orbit. Not because the game told you to, but because the world's physics and sound systems naturally support it. I hate my tongue. I have a tongue tie, so most words just So, this isn't just sound design, it's world building, it's emotion, it's storytelling. It's why the Great Plateau feels like a sacred place. It's why looking out at Hyrule for the first time gives you chills. It's why this world, despite its emptiness, feels so alive. And more importantly, it's why you remember it years later. Players don't hum a theme from Breath of the Wild, they remember a moment, the breeze on a cliff, a piano key in the distance, a bird call, and silence. Glorious, earned silence. In an industry obsessed with shouting, Breath of the Wild dares to whisper, and somehow that whisper says more than most games ever manage to scream.